Nintendo's Mario Kart World is racing towards the Nintendo Switch 2, but a controversy has fans hitting the brakes. The question is, did Nintendo use artificial intelligence in their game to create art? Let's dive right in. During Nintendo's Treehouse livestream for Mario Kart World, set to launch June 5th, 2025, some eagle-eyed fans spot something off with the billboards in the back. Now let's take a look at Pirate Nation on X. Nintendo caught using AI assets on Mario Kart Treehouse livestream? Seriously? An $80 game. So these are some of the images that have been pulled from the Nintendo Treehouse livestream. Here's another image right over here, and it was actually submitted into basically a database to check whether or not an image has been altered, deepfaked, or was generated using AI. And according to the classes right over here, is almost 100% done by AI. But here's the thing, most of these websites are actually incorrect when checking whether or not the image provided is AI generated. But that's the actual issue here. The fact that people can't really tell whether an image is AI generated or not doesn't really bode well for games moving forward, because there are a lot of people who are actually against AI art. Now, let's actually check out this article from IGN. Nintendo insists AI-generated images were not used in the development of Mario Kart World after in-game billboards sparked speculation. Nintendo has disputed accusations it used AI-generated images to create billboards in Mario Kart World. Rumors began to swirl when a Nintendo Treehouse livestream gave us a closer peek at the upcoming racer a few weeks back. Eagle-eyed fans pointed out the handful of in-game advertising boards looked a little strange, with images of construction site, a bridge, and a peculiarly tall car all raising eyebrows. Now, this is the car that's causing a lot of feedback. Now, I do know a lot of artists from Japan like drawing their cars having extremely exaggerated pieces like giant tires, giant spoilers, and in this case, the car being extremely tall. Of course, many pre-release titles include placeholder graphics that won't be included in the final product, but Nintendo refuted claims that anything, even in its pre-release game, was AI generated, saying in a statement to Eurogamer, AI generated images were not used in development for Mario Kart World. Generative AI is one of the hottest topics in the creative industries right now, and burning issues with video games within the development itself. Apart from ethical and copyright issues, labor unions have expressed concerns about the potential for generative AI to replace jobs, and video game performers have called for increased protections against its use. Now, I know a lot of people in the industry have already begun using AI, even when it comes to coding or even in-betweening for animation. Case in point, Adobe Animate actually allows AI for their in-betweens. In September of last year, Nintendo developer legend Shigeru Miyamoto said the company would rather go in a different direction than the rest of the video game industry when it comes to AI. For example, EA CEO Andrew Wilson has said AI is the very core of our business in a comment IGN subsequently explored in more detail. But according to Miyamoto, Nintendo has a different outlook. In an interview with the New York Times, Miyamoto brought up AI himself as an example of something where Nintendo would rather do things differently than its peers. It might seem like we are just going the opposite direction for the sake of going opposite direction, but it really is trying to find what makes Nintendo special, Miyamoto said. There's a lot of talk about AI, for example. When that happens, everyone starts to go in the same direction, but that is where Nintendo would rather go in a different direction. Miyamoto's comments followed those made by Nintendo president Shintaro Furukawa in July, who said generative AI can be used in creative ways, but its use also raised issues with intellectual property rights. When it comes down to AI and generative art, right now it still uses and sources a lot of artists online, even dead artists like Kim Jung-gi. A lot of his art has been seen inside of Photoshop's generative AI and open art, which I do understand where Nintendo is coming from. Is it ethical for you to use that in your game or not? A lot of companies will use generative AI for brainstorming or even thumbnails or even colors, especially if they have some kind of artist block or some kind of writer's block, because AI is a big resource that a lot of people don't want to use based off of it being unethical. We have decades of know-how in creating the best gaming experiences for our players, Furukawa added. While we are open to utilizing technological developments, we will work to continue delivering value that is unique to Nintendo and cannot be created by technology alone. The highly anticipated Nintendo Switch 2 for Mario Kart World is a console exclusive, is set to debut on June 5th. Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders went live on April 24th, with the price still fixed at $450. Now, I think that the fact that you cannot tell the difference between AI and an actual piece of artwork that an illustrator did is actually very alarming because it will only get better. AI today is the best that we have seen, and it's only going to get better. AI has gotten a lot better in the past year than it has in the past 10 years. Technological leaps and advances will help a lot of developers moving forward, like EA or any of these other AAA companies. What do you guys think about this? Is it ethical to use AI art in your video games? Or does it matter to you as long as the end product is good? Sound off in the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe to this channel, and we will see you guys next time.